Now that we've set up some options and some settings for our gradebook, it's time to enter some grades within each class. So I'm going to go ahead and focus on my 5th period class. And within this class, I already have 2 assignments. Now I can tell they've been synced from Google, and we'll cover that in the next section. Now, when you're ready to create an assignment, you're going to go to your gradebook menu, and you'll actually see there's quite a few different ways to add assignments. You can use a method called quick assignment. You can do new assignments. If you click on the assignments list, it'll give you a overall list of your assignments. And then there's something called new course content or course content. And I'm going to go through each of these just so that you can kind of see the differences between the views, but really they're all assignments. So I like to use pretty consistently new assignment. Now, as an aside note, there is a little plus symbol over here on the right side that has the ability to add assignment and content, although I have found that clicking on either one of these 2 buttons gives me the same screen. So for this, I'm going to click on new assignment, and it gives me a screen that I'm familiar with and a lot of sort of basic options here. It's not overwhelming. I can type in my assignment name and a description if I like. I'm going to go down to an assignment type, and these are with my categories that I did during my gradebook setup. Now, score type. There's different types of scoring methods, but raw score is what I use, and that is the total points methodology. And with that technique, you are going to want to make your max score and your points the same. Now, this is a point of confusion because although points is really kind of a multiplier, it does not work the same as our previous gradebook. So if you are grading with total points, make sure that your max score and your points are the same number. And there's a way to do this for assignments that have been imported from Google Classroom as well. But when you are setting it up, that is important. For my date of assignment, that is just today's date. The due date automatically makes it the same date. I'm going to go ahead and make this due on Friday. You have a couple of options here. Do you want that to appear immediately in the portal, which means can the parents and students see this assignment right away? If you want it to appear, you do have an option here that it will only appear once you have scored this. All right, that is a kind of a great option that you don't have a big blank there. It will only appear for students once you've put in either a score or a comment code of some sort. And you can actually choose a date where you want it to appear in the portal if you don't want it to appear immediately. So I'm going to actually not have that appear until it's due. Up here in the top is an important button if you have enabled Google Sync. When I've created this assignment, I do not want this to sync its way up to my Google Classroom. I am turning that off right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Save Assignment. And that brings us back to our gradebook view with our new assignment listed. Another way to add an assignment is by using the Quick Assignment option. You click on that, it brings you to a condensed screen of options to create your assignment, including your name of assignment, the description, the assignment type, which would be the category, your scoring method. Again, I use the raw score, so I'm going to make sure that I use the same score for max and for points. The assignment date, the due date. I have the ability to copy that assignment over to multiple classes and sections. And I can, what's really nice is over here, type in scores ahead of time. So if I'm doing this all at once and I want to go ahead and just give all of these scores to my students, it was worth 25. Everybody got a quick 25. I can go in here and make the adjustments as needed. I can do that. Now, one of the things that I've noticed about this, though, is underneath advanced is an option to link or exclude from Google Classroom. Now, remember, once again, I don't want this to appear in my Google Classroom because I'm creating this just in my gradebook. I don't want it to create an assignment on my behalf. So I'm going to make sure I exclude that. I also don't necessarily want this in my student portal right now. or maybe I do, and I can choose a date later or show once it's scored. Again, all of those same options that were in the previous view are here. Finally, when I'm done, I can go ahead and either click New, which will create this and give me another new blank assignment, or I can click on Go to Gradebook. Now, when I click on Go to Gradebook, here's one of the sort of quirky things about it, is it brings you to the old version of the Gradebook. It all still works, but it just looks different. And this is actually the pre-update version from the previous year. What I generally do is I go ahead and click on My Gradebook, and it brings me back to the Gradebook view that I'm familiar with. And you can see that that assignment right here has been created, and all of the numbers have been filled in for me because I did it on that previous screen. The third way to go ahead and create an assignment is to either click on Course Content, or you can click on these plus symbols and they will give you the same thing. Content and assignment right now take you to the same screen. And this is the most full-featured version of creating an assignment, because not only does it give you all of those regular options over here as far as the title and the due date and things like that, it also gives you the options up here to publish it or not publish it to Google and the portal. But also you can attach all of your different content, whether it's from your Google Drive or a link or a YouTube video. This is really the view you want to use if you are intending on creating content within Synergy and you wanted to create an assignment on your behalf in Google Classroom. I actually do it the reverse way, where I create assignments in Classroom and have it synced down here. Again, the next section is where we will talk about that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this one because I don't necessarily want to create an assignment using this. So the cancel button is real small. It's this little X up here. That brings me back to my gradebook. Now, the reason I showed you that previous view is because when you are ready to edit one of your assignments, when you click on the assignment title, no matter how you originally created the assignment, it's going to bring you to that course item view. So it is good to be familiar with this view, even if you don't use it when you originally create your assignments, because you're going to need to go in here and change things. Such as max score or points. If you need to go in and delete it, you can actually click on these three buttons up here in the top right, and this is where you actually delete assignments. Now, you, depending on how you have it linked to Google, may need to do some adjustments here under these links before you delete it or after you delete it. Again, we'll talk about that in the next section. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this screen because I don't want to delete or adjust this assignment.